Well, hey baby, you told me to make you a video, so here it goes. Absolutely no idea exactly what I'm gonna say. This is really embarrassing, that's one thing. In the basement, all alone. View upstairs in the bedroom. There's so much that I could say to you. But just thinking about them just makes me lose all the words that I could use. Never been good at this, so I remember the first time you ever called me, and I was so confused that my phone was ringing, and I had no idea why you'd be calling me. It's like, yeah, we had sent messages and stuff like that. And never thought you'd pick up the phone and call me, and to find out that the first time you ever called me was when you're drunk, just running down the middle of the street, almost getting hit by cars. And the second time ever you called me, you had to wake me up at 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't regret it, though. I was so embarrassed when I can't even do this all again. Well, I was so embarrassed that the guys at your work were saying that you were gonna come up here and get some, and I was like, oh dear God, why? That's never ever gonna happen. I couldn't ever think of that ever happening. Because it's you and then me, and it would not. But you just talked and talked, and I would just lay there and listen to your voice and your laugh. And whenever you laughed, I could tell when it was fake or real. I didn't know if you could, though. I just started to think, like, holy shit, this amazing person is even calling me at 2 o'clock in the morning just because they were thinking about me and wanted to talk. I'm so glad you made that phone call because it started everything. It became a routine, me not getting any sleep as you went off to work, and you calling me when you're not supposed to be. And I didn't even have to say anything, and I was the happiest girl in the world. I just lay in my bed, half asleep, just listening to your voice. And it was perfect. Absolutely perfect. And I fell in love with you for the first time as you're at your house looking at the stars. And again, I was laying in bed talking about cosplay and all that stuff. But like that whole conversation, I was just wishing that I was with you looking at those stars. And I just knew that I wanted you to be mine and no one else's. I knew that you had absolutely stolen my heart. It's been over 6 months now, and you've been living at my house for over 4. And it's still all perfect. We might get on each other's nerves sometimes, but I never, ever doubt that I love you. Ever. I know I get insecure, but it's just because you're the absolute best thing that's ever happened to me. And I'm terrified of losing that. I'm terrified of losing you. I was the girl who was surrounded by people, but felt completely and utterly alone. I didn't feel alive anymore, and was thinking about ending it all. For some reason, something kept on making me stop. And then you came into my life, and everything started getting brighter, and I started feeling more alive, and every day I could breathe again. I never thought that I would ever feel that way again. Ever. I thought that I was destined to be alone, and that no one was ever going to love me. Because what I thought was, who could love this? Who could love the girl who's always second best? Who's nothing special? But you did, and you do. And you love me in ways that I can't even explain. You brought back the pieces of me that I thought were lost forever. And you're the man that I never want to leave my life. The first time you came up here, when you stepped off that train, and I saw you, I just couldn't even put it into words. When you wrapped your arms around me, I never wanted you to let me go. And I hope you never do. When we kissed, I was so afraid that you're gonna be a terrible kisser. I thought, oh no, what if the personality's all there, but then when he kisses me it's gonna be disgusting, but I was so relieved. So relieved. And when you sing, I could just spend days listening to you sing. I feel so calm and happy, just in absolute bliss. still working up the courage to truly sing for you, even though you've caught me a couple times. I just want to be the best I can for you, and I hope that I can make you happy. I owe you so much for everything you've done for me. I don't think I could ever make it up to you, but I'll do my very best. I love you so very much. I know a lot of this is awkward silences, but whenever I think of how much you mean to me, I can't fathom the words. You're so funny and strong and smart and nice and wonderful. Yeah, you can be a pain in my ass and a little shit, but even though I may seem annoyed, I still love it. And I just want to have so many more great memories with you. So please stay. And I'll love you with everything that I have, everything that I am, and everything I will be. I love you, my little man, my dragon slayer, my superhero, my shame. Oh, this is incredibly embarrassing. But here you go. You owe me now. Bye, my love.